It's Black Music Month, and we're celebrating the sound of Charm City. From jazz to hip-hop, from cinematic scores to live performances, this 5-part series is giving you the rhythm, the culture, and creativity that makes Black music in Baltimore so powerful.
This is one of the great unifying forces of the world.
It is the glue, it is that thing that combines us together. We all vibrate on frequencies. That's really all we are.
Music is often at its loudest and boldest when it has a stage. It's where the art comes to life. From the Bay Area to Baltimore, Keystone Corner has been breathing life into live audiences since the early 70s.
The sound here is great, the lights are great, you can see people from, the side fans that come here or those even that come from other places here. You feel welcome.
Todd Barkin remembers being charmed by Charm City.
Baltimore happened to me.
Todd came to accept one of the highest distinctions in music, to be named a jazz master by the National Endowment of the Arts. That's when he realized there was a gap in the city's art scene that he could fill.
And there had not been a full-time jazz club here in Baltimore, full-time, really committed jazz club since the late 80s. I have fallen in love with the people and the culture, and there's a tremendous number of gifted musicians like Marcus Johnson.
And since reviving Keystone Corner in Baltimore, he's given occasions like Black Music Month a platform to honor the genre's deep roots and lasting influence.
We're celebrating it as a great thing, as something to be proud of, not something that separates us from our culture, but joins our whole culture together, because Black music involves the culture of all our people.
When you talk about Black classical music, you're really talking about American classical music.
We're covering the entire spectrum of Black classical music, but not in a stuffy way.
You might be thinking, why should Black Music Month get special recognition? For Marcus Johnson, it's simple. Receipts. Proof there was a blueprint laid down by generations of Black artists.
Here's what I have given you, and here's what we give back. That title of the classical music, it was created here. It was created out of the experiences that we had, all the way from the field holler, through gospel music, through ragtime and the big band era.
Remembering the greats who fought, so Marcus could simply sit and let his fingers flow.
When I step up behind the keys, it's fun, but in a peaceful way. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody.
But he never forgets the charge given to him by some of the many legends who sat in this seat on this stage.
It's an opportunity to spread love. And it's a responsibility because we have to.
A platform for music that can bend any ear and move the soul, but only word of mouth can keep its mission alive.
There are opportunities for us to continue to grow and to impact even more people in their language, in their vibes, with their rhythms, and to continue the evolution of a great art form.
Before the music world knew his name, before his skills were fine-tuned right here at the Baltimore School for the Arts, a gift was placed in Warren Wolf's hands, 2 mallets from his father, and a rhythm that runs deep.
There may not be a more intimate conversation than the one between maestro and instrument. And whether it's a smooth stroke of the keys or the rapid rhythm of the drums, Warren Wolf speaks jazz in any language. But there's just something about this one. The talk between him and the vibraphone. It's a little more personal.
That was my life as a kid, practicing every day from the age of 3 until 17 for 90 minutes per day.
His father, Warren Wolf Sr., made the introduction.
Somewhere in the mid-1970s, I guess, when my dad is in school getting his certification for teaching, he decided to purchase a vibraphone. I don't know why. He could have picked the piano or a saxophone or trumpet or something.
Turns out an instrument that's usually known for playing the background does just fine leading the band if you're hitting the right notes.
Well, the vibes is really cool. That's what we call it for short, the vibes.
Before he became a wizard of the vibes, his dad always encouraged him to stick with it.
One thing that my dad told me, he said, if you practice, this music will take you around the world. You'll meet wonderful people. You'll be able to tour. You'll be able to experience different cultures. And he was right. Every bit of that came true.
After his time spent here at the Baltimore School for the Arts, fine-tuning his skills, decades later, he's considered by many as a master of the craft, drawing in audiences from just about everywhere.
I believe if you really play this instrument or any miscellaneous instrument 100% to your full max, you know, people will want you, they will pay you for it, they want you for your sound, they want you for your personality. I've just had a wonderful life. I've toured everywhere. I think the only place I haven't been yet was Africa. It's been a good journey, and it's still going.
And when I asked him what the best part of the journey has been, he brought it all back home.
One of the things I'm most proud of is honestly just being a Baltimore guy and really just putting this city on the map.
From Charm City to the world, Warren's message to the next generation of music makers is simple. Take your time, find your sound, make it your own, and the applause will come. Style, rhythm, flow. You need all of them, whether you're trying to find your groove on the pavement or in search of the right beat in the studio.
It was here at Hampden Skate Park where a young man's mind started to create music that could glide across genres and generations. This is where award-winning composer John Tyler discovered that his sound could tell a story.
That was like my first experience seeing like live music and raw energy. So a lot of my foundation of like finding community, finding my style, finding my slang, finding my people, it started in this space right here.
He fell in love. By 5th grade, he was a performer in his own band. By middle school, learning to produce. And by 17, he stepped into a lane that would eventually win him an Emmy.
A lot of my sound has that cinematic aspect where it sounds like you're listening to a movie.
A niche that allows him to bring all of these genres together in one melting pot. Suddenly, the decision he made to dedicate his life to this art was paying off.
And getting that type of recognition on such a grand level, it really did change everything, and it showed me that I mattered. It's really genreless. There's no rules.
All of the creativity it takes to flip a skateboard under your feet to land a new trick, it translates to a mindset that helps him test what's possible. It's why when you ask him what kind of music he makes, you won't get a short answer.
It's like soulful, R&B, jazzy, piano, or Rhodes, which is like electric piano, like rock guitar, really like hip hop drums, like punkish drums, like very loud, groovy, funky bass lines. A lot of my sound has that cinematic aspect where it sounds like you're listening to a movie. I love music so much. I love, you know, what goes into it and just pushing boundaries and just experimenting and trying to create something new. Yeah, that's it's a part of me, it's in my blood. You can do literally anything. Yeah, it's quite crazy. And I could show you some stuff too.
Just like that, he started laying down something new from scratch.
You know, it'd be interesting if we turned this into like a trap beat.
Then he decided to transform that same track, not once, not twice, 3 times. In that moment, we got to witness on the spot that he's just as in love with the process of creating the movie as he is when the credits roll at the end.
Straight off the rip, I won't even let the beat breathe. Style fresh.
I had to learn how to play with my voice. The voice is an instrument. You can't just be one way all the time. It's not going to be fun, you know? So I like to learn how to play with my instrument as much as I can.
With every bar on every hard-hitting beat, she demands your attention, rapping like she's got a chip on her shoulder.
Just having my voice heard, you know? Having to prove myself.
Whatever she feels, it comes out in the booth.
Raw, authentic, a roller coaster of emotions.
Try to bring me down and they fail to the plan. Real recognize real so the real understand.
I have an angry voice.
I show them how to be a star like overnight. Colder than the polar bite. Queen be no dolomite.
She can also be calm and poetic.
Y'all think it's all about music. No, would that be the problem? Quick to forget that I'm human, all my feelings are bottled.
So where do you get the idea you can be this bold without holding back? How about the place where doves learn to fly?
When she was walking the halls here at Western High School, she was known as Kamaria Hall, but as a part of Baltimore's rising hip-hop scene, we know her as Miss Cam.
All right, don't let this smile and petite frame fool you. She's not here to keep it cute. She's here to keep it real.
Freaky, it's Miss Cam. Check it.
This is the very first stage that I've ever performed on, ever. At 16 years old, I really felt like for the first time, I felt a little free, like a little bird almost. Like, dang, I'm really just out here flying, singing, doing, what I always dreamed of.
But what you see now as unapologetic confidence wasn't always there. She can still feel the jitters from her debut performance.
It was very nerve-wracking. I was very, very, very nervous, but my teacher, Miss Page, she gave me all the confidence I needed. And she pushed me out on that stage, and I killed it.
And with the encouragement and foundation given to her at Western High.
Shout out to Western, shout out to Doves.
Yes! Only the best.
She's become a force in the city, and she feels like she's on the brink of breaking through to a bigger audience.
Let it simmer. Now it's time to bring the heat, let it simmer.
These days, Miss Cam has dreams of winning Grammys and performing on big stages. In the meantime, she's been getting her flowers in her hometown.
I was blessed to be welcomed with open arms, from the scene in the city, getting into the Baltimore Museum of Art.
Though she's been celebrated for her talent, she's also reminded that as a woman in rap, the road to success, to being heard, can seem longer. But Miss Cam's mic is on, not just for herself, but for the leading ladies who will follow.
Waking up every day and knowing that my voice is going to make sure somebody else's voice is heard. Or even if they choose not to speak, they know that they're understood.
Well, as we wrap up our Black Music Month series, we close things out with someone who knows how to get the party started and keep it going. Big room, small room, no room, doesn't matter. When she's on the turntables, people move. A DJ with a true gift for bringing just the right vibe at just the right time.
I love the exchange of energy that happens when I'm performing in front of people, whether it's 10 people, 20, 2,000. You're gonna get from the time you walk in to wherever I decide to perform, you're going to get an experience.
Her energy, infectious. Her ear for music, one of the best. It's just not fair what Tai Alexander can do on the ones and twos, especially when you realize it hasn't taken her very long to get this good.
When I really think about the things I've been able to do in this short amount of time, I'd be like, I'm God's favorite. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, I'm God's favorite.
When the biggest parties need someone who brings just the right vibe, she keeps finding herself at the top of the list.
I just love that feeling and being able to control your evening, control your day, and make you dance. Like, I'm in control of that. And so I love doing that. I am the transition, queen. I think I can dub myself that. I'm going to make you feel like you have been listening to one long song for however long I've been performing, 45 minutes, 2 hours. Every song is gonna go together.
That's her it factor, her superpower.
Being able to know what songs match well together, what they do to you.
Tai isn't just making music, she's making connections.
How would you describe that feeling of looking at somebody as you mix it, they don't see it coming, and they look at you like, no, you didn't?
That feeling is definitely like an ego booster for a DJ.
Back in 2020, Tai was just that friend who could put together a great playlist. That was until a DJ course turned her into a true student of the game.
Yeah. Yo, you sound so official right now.
I feel blessed to call Baltimore my own. People get on me because I'm not technically from Baltimore, but I've been here all of my life as an adult. Baltimore absolutely made me.
And now she can do it all, from intimate sets to mega events, coast to coast. Tai turns every party up a few notches. And now she's ready to go even bigger.
I'm always searching for the next thing to top the next thing. I want to have big festivals. I want to have like a big traveling tour, you know, and bring other female DJs along with me to give them the spotlight.
She's taken it upon herself to make sure that women coming behind her who can spin have a place at the table.
When I am in the position to either refer someone or have someone on the team with me to DJ, it's gonna be a woman 9 times out of 10. Really 10 out of 10.
Ladies, I don't know if you can get a better invitation than that one. Bring your skills, your charisma. Don't forget your gear, and don't wait too long because Tai probably booked 3 events while I was talking. Well, I for one couldn't think of a better way to end our Black Music Month series than that. Tai Alexander, man, she is impressive, and now you see why she's in such high demand. And don't forget, you can see all of our stories that we featured this year on our website. I'm Randall Newsom. Thanks for jamming with us.